Kill me. No. I'm alright, sorry. I'm awake. I'm right. As you can see though, I have figured out what I'm going to be playing. I was thinking of playing Dragon Age Origins, but I'm very tired and kind of out of it, so I think for at least to start with, I'm going to play some games I have on itch, which is a neat little platform, and there's a lot of like little indie games. Well, indie games. They're independent games, and I think it's neat because a lot of them feel like just things. They're sort of like more concept ideas than full games. It's just people like, I think this would be a neat little thing, and they made it and they put it up, and it's just nice. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to try really hard not to cry at the end of this game, because I played it through twice, I think. It's very good, and it's extremely relevant to my interests. I guess relevant nowadays. But it does make me feel a little emotional. So you ready for drugs, ASMR? Whatever it is. So I'm gonna play that at first. It's not very long. And then I will poke through and do some other stuff, I suppose. Black Lives Matter. All cops are bastards. Take your meds. Shuka shuka. And wear a mask when you go out. Thank you. Alright. So let's get on the... There we go. Alright. A Bewitching Revolution is designed to be played in a single sitting lasting roughly 1 hour. The current version contains no save load functionality. I feel like I should give people time to come in, because it's important to get the whole thing. Let me check my messages real quick. There we go. Just to give people time to trickle in, I guess. On the other hand, if they want to see it, they can play through, they can look at the video. Thinking hard, brain empty. Ugh. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. I swear I'm trying to sleep reasonably, and... Alright then. Ugh. Let's just go ahead. If folks come in, they'll come in. Alright, let's see. A Bewitching Revolution by Celestia. Special thanks to the following patrons: Elijah Colley, Jacob Furtado, Bernat Noons, Lillian Simons. Menu music, Smooth Steering by NY Vice. I could have just jammed out to music. Sorry, no, I said I was gonna go ahead and start it, but this is really nice music. Okay. Move, shift, around E. Okay. Witch of the city, hear our prayers. We are getting poorer while the rich are getting richer. We go hungry while food is wasted. We freeze while the planet burns. Witch of the city, help us build a better future. Hey CBD. Yeah, Vampires is on Monday. This is Friday break, so we're going to be playing some itch games, I think, because I want to just sort of relax and go explore other stuff. This is A Bewitching Revolution, which is very, topical, let's say. Hoot hoot. They've taken our roosts. The spots we like are covered in spikes. A single spell will clear the spikes away so that we can help you keep the cops at bay. If socialism does not stand unflinchingly for the exploited and oppressed masses of all lands, then it stands for none, and its claim is a false pretense. I'm doing alright. I'm awake, which is good. Yeah. Yeah, this game is, extremely political, by the by. In case the fact that it's called A Bewitching Revolution wasn't enough of a hint. Reminder from management. All team members are expected to spend 4 hours per week reporting on their efforts. Always remember to smile. Looking for work? We're always hiring. Credit chip not detected. Which of the city will you tell me my future? Left click on the deck to deal a set of cards, right click to shuffle the cards. To a business owner, each worker is expendable. But without any workers, there would be no business. If a worker is alone, their fate is determined by their bosses. But if workers are united, they can take the future into their own hands. The boss needs you, you don't need them. Minimum effort for minimum wage. To be a productive worker is not a piece of luck, but a misfortune. Gonna guess there's also commentary on capitalism in the corporate environment as well, just a hunch. Oh, it's like... It's not even commentary, it is literally the point of the game. Hoot hoot, the police are afoot, but where they are going we have no way of knowing. There we go. Synapse lets you make money in your sleep. What could... blah blah blah. Capitalism condemns one part of the working class to enforced idleness through the overwork of the other part. Time is money. Which of the city will you tell me my future? Yep. In capitalism, unemployment is treated as a personal failure. But there are always more jobless than available jobs. Refusing to seek work is thus a political act, not a personal failing. It demands a future where the absence of work brings us leisure instead of poverty. Freedom begins where work ends. Free language classes every Saturday. This Tuesday at 8 p.m. Witchpunk. Learn how to defend yourself. A squatter's guide to breaking and entering. To open a locked door, mark it with the sigil using the right mouse button, then walk backwards through the door. Please give what you can spare. Witch of the city, I remain homeless while houses stand empty. Can you help me find shelter? And an end of an era as the Croatan station is finally overrun. I think this is the... yep. Police are afoot. They're headed for a drinking place to rob the patrons of their space. Ye gone. Bus drivers in North Heights declared a 24-hour fare strike, refusing to collect payment from passengers. The Coven in the lower districts provided disaster relief to areas hardest hit by storm surges. Let's see. Let your money move. My commentary on economic policies. I cannot begin to start my opinion on capitalism and how it's a blessing and curse. I think I can condense it down to, I hate how we blame the rich for being rich as though it wasn't the population at large that spent money at their corporations. But I also hate that the 100 richest people could feed all the homeless in the US for a year and still be the 100 richest people in the world. I think I have to stop there. So, the issue is less, it's not so much people giving money to corporations is what makes billionaires rich. It's how the billionaires treat their workers and how they treat, how they cut corners to reduce costs, it's things like, yes, a lot of people buy, take for example the game industry. You have a game that can make like billions of dollars by people buying millions of copies of it. And the corporations see a bunch of those profits, but then the corporations underpay their workers and overwork them. They cut corners elsewhere. They include microtransactions. They include like season passes and DLC and stuff that cost a lot of money. And then they do a bunch of layoffs so that they don't have to pay their workers anymore and they can start the cycle anew. That's how a lot of corporations make their money, is by mistreating their workers and by like things like tax havens that we don't have access to, so that they can say, oh well, our headquarters is in this country so we don't get any taxes put on us, but we don't do any work there. It's things like Amazon is a massive company that makes a ton of money and is a really convenient system for a lot of people, but Amazon doesn't pay any taxes. In fact, Amazon, and I think Blizzard as well, got tax exemption. Not exemption, sorry. They got tax returns. Or refunds. So they got money back from taxes that they didn't pay. So it's stuff like that that makes corporations so problematic in a way. We are in late stage capitalism where the divide between the rich and the poor is getting wider and the middle class is basically disappearing because they're only focused on advancing the top 1% and how much money they're making, and not actually focusing on us being a society that functions. There are a lot of companies that are perfectly fine. There's like Ben & Jerry's where the top CEOs don't make more than their lowest paid employee, and they do fine. Like, it's a thriving company. And they just aren't millionaires and billionaires, but they're not, like, they live perfectly sustainable, comfortable lives. So that's the issue that's being made here, is it's not really dependent on how much you do or don't spend at a company. It's what are those companies what are those companies, I guess, processes? What are they doing otherwise to try and scrape as much money together as they can? So that, I think, that's more the issue than, you know, spending money at the corporation. It's like, and it's also, if someone is a billionaire, that is an inconceivable amount of money, and it's almost guaranteed that they have not, quote-unquote, earned it. Especially if their workers are unable to, like, survive on their own pay, kind of thing. So I think that's more the issue. And the other, among other things, it's, if a corporation thrives by keeping its employees in poverty, that's a bad sign. And that's how a lot of companies function, actually, is by... They kind of function as a collective net, where if everyone is desperate for a job to make enough to pay bills and rent and everything, they're going to let companies toss them into the meat grinder to get as much work out of them for as little pay as possible. And it's very hard to stop that, which is why there's been so many protests and stuff happening now, because the pandemic has laid a lot of people off. And so it's like, I'm home, I'm rested, and now I'm thinking, wait a fucking second, which is what they absolutely did not want us doing. I mean, there's other reasons the protests are happening, obviously, but pandemic has kind of helped kickstart that in its own way. Eldercare is always in crisis under capitalism, both because reproductive work is devalued and because the elderly are seen as no longer productive. That's the second point. Like, the 100 richest people in the world are so filthy rich that there's absolutely no reason they can't share that wealth. They could chop their wealth in half, and then half again, and still have more money than they could ever possibly see in a couple generations' lifetimes. Yeah. And they don't, and they won't. Which is why people have gotten to the point of, like, eat the rich, or do not give them the choice to give us scraps, for them to give us scraps of, like, well, I donated $1 million to charity. I'm like, but you're a billionaire. $1 million is, like, nothing to you. It's like 0.1%. And I feel like it's like, tax the wealthy. They absolutely should be taxed, full stop, and their wealth should be taken from them, because there is no reason for them to have that wealth, and they have not earned it. Or they've earned it by exploiting their employees and cutting corners, and things like outsourcing jobs to other countries where they can mass produce things, but again at the cost of their workers, and work them to death, literally. Let's see. Capitalism does not value labor, which keeps people living and ready for work: cooking, cleaning, caring, childbirth. But without this reproductive labor, capitalism would have no workers. By collectively organizing reproductive labor, we can refuse to work for the maintenance of capitalism. We can build a world where there is more to life than making more workers. To spread trees around the city, guide an acorn into fertile soil where grass is growing through the cement. After interacting with an acorn, hold the right mouse button and use ASWD. treats. No. Excellent. The Trembling Tower, an anti-capitalist fairy tale. Word. A potion for healing. 2x Devil's Root. A potion for reclaiming space. 3 alcohol, 1 spray paint. Let us be lazy in everything, except in loving and drinking, except in being lazy. Spray paint. Big business is exploitative, definitely, but that's because the system itself allows it to happen. There are those who do white-collar crime, absolutely, and there are a lot of insidious things that a big business can get away with. But so much of that is built into the system of capitalism. My issue is that we blame it on individuals exploiting the rules, but that's the system that was built. Capital as a whole needs it. Yeah, that's basically the issue that a lot of people have is capitalism is not a great system for society. And I think there are people who blame it on an individual, and there are individuals who... The problem is that capitalism, the system needs an overhaul, but the individuals being blamed are the ones who would have to overhaul that system and will not. And that's where a lot of, I think, the tension is starting to come from. Let's see. Anywhere else I can plant trees? Which, let's see, can tell us our future. Prisons exist to house the people who capitalism forces into poverty and forces into crime. But prisoners also provide cheap and captive labor, which businesses use to undercut free workers. Workers cannot be free while others are imprisoned. But together, we can break the chains of the prison and the wage. They can shoot us all to death, but they can't shoot us back to work. Wage slaves stand with cage slaves. Oh, shoot. Every prisoner is a political prisoner. America does require cheap labor, though, and that's a silly thing that America hasn't figured out yet. Yeah, well. Providing assistance to a witch is a serious offense. Oh, no. 4 people suffered serious burns after a tear gas canister incinerated their building. New law criminalizes the act of harboring a witch. Offenders will be burnt at the stake. A tenant union in the North Heights held police at bay for 8 hours, preventing a cluster of evictions. Excuse me. Attention. Because of industrial action by transport workers, significant delays are expected. Because we're not paying our workers enough, they've gone on strike, and we're trying to be quiet about the fact that if we just paid them what they were due, we wouldn't be having this problem. Hello, ducks. Let's see. Capitalist labor is based on a threat. You will work or you will starve. But this threat only works if you cannot live comfortably outside capitalism. By creating institutions for communal reproduction, we make it possible to live without wage labor. Through building spaces of collective existence, we can build a future beyond capitalism. Community kitchen now open upstairs. Let's see. Pop. Yeah, I don't know those. Free meals for all who are hungry. Let's see. Ah! If a worker causes trouble for their boss, they'll be fired and quickly replaced. But workers are only replaceable if there are also unemployed people who are forced to look for work. If the jobless did not need to seek work, workers would not be threatened by unemployment. Together, a future is possible where the poor do not compete for the chance to be exploited. Where are y'all two going? Less work, more pay. We refuse to seek work until we can live without work. Yeah, removing. Yep. Without a complete overhaul of, like, paying people a living wage. And recognizing that it's basically, capitalism puts profit above all else, and that has a very hard drop-off point. There's only so much profit you can make, and you need things to make. You need human beings to make profit, and human beings need to live. And profit should not go above the human need to live. Sources suggest that a state of emergency is about to be declared. Not to mention the prison population, which is the actual loophole right into the 13. Yeah. Capitalism was built through the violence of slavery, colonialism, witch hunts, and enclosures. Capitalism is maintained through the violence of armies, police, borders, and prisons. Capitalism will sooner lead us to annihilation than allow a more just society to emerge. We are left with only two possible futures: socialism or barbarism. I mean, are they though? And I mean, to be fair, it's a very simplistic game to get across the general themes of... It kind of simplify structural problems down to something a little more manageable. I still think it's a really good kind of conversation topic, I guess. It's a good opener for these kinds of political talks and seeing the problem that's going on with what the system of capitalism is. Prisoners in off-world colony Zota 2 expelled all wardens after intense fighting, declaring a free state. Let's see if I can go find more of these little airplanes to read. So I think if nothing else, it's very valuable for that. more trees. A factory co-op in North Heights projects that work hours will fall by 60% through the first phase of its automation restructuring. A rolling general strike has crippled Avalon City. Truck drivers in the lower districts seized several key distribution warehouses. Astronauts on the Columbus Voyager have rebelled, ejecting all commanding officers on board. Alrighty. My skills are needed elsewhere, but who can say when I might return? Leave the city. Alright. So that was the Boaching Revolution. Let's look at the library. Owned items. Bother. I watched the Zeitgeist movement documentary, which posits that currency itself is the problem, a money-based society. And that's truth there because the root of capitalism is money. While the system allows a huge corporation like Disney to control everything and watch what we do, it also allows for a small store to decide to start a business and live out their dream, or a YouTuber to make money doing something they love. People can work for themselves in many ways, but the only reason they need to do that is for money. Well, yes. So the problem is, it's a many-layered problem. Currency has a usefulness, I think. The point of currency is that if you work on a barter system, if you don't have something that someone... If you need a service from someone, but you don't have anything that they want, via the barter system, you're usually SOL unless they're willing to do work for free, quote-unquote. That doesn't translate exactly nowadays, because we live in pretty much a post-scarcity world where we could very easily provide the necessities for everybody. I think currency has a point to it for things like luxury items. Yeah. It means it gives you essentially a voucher to get goods and services where you need them from, while other people can get goods and services that they need from you. And that is useful to an extent, but we live in a world where we are organized and we can communicate enough and we have enough resources that we could just give the basic necessities to everyone, essentially for free, quote unquote. Um, but I think there is something to be said for currency being used for luxury items. Um, so I think things like I think it would make sense to have a either we, you know, you um I'm not quite sure how I think it would work. I think everyone should be given the basic necessities, but also be able to do things like I choose to work at a job to make money to get luxury items, so items for hobbies or fun. But it also means that companies would have to treat their employees a lot better and give them time to explore different hobbies and fun, because it's like, well, you have to work or you won't survive. It's like, no, I get all my basic necessities, and if you're going to treat me like garbage, I'll just I'll look for a job elsewhere. So force companies to treat workers better, which gives people more leisure time to explore hobbies and stuff. Like, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to maintain a society, but I think people would be much more willing to do that work if they weren't treated so terribly. Because I think it's like, I would be perfectly happy working a very menial job. And that's the other thing, is a lot of jobs can be replaced with automation. There's a lot of honestly, it's a weird thing. I usually watch like those oddly satisfying videos to help me fall asleep, and a lot of them show people learning how to do jobs really well, or like a repetitive task really quickly. But it's like, as impressive as that is, at the same time in the back of my mind it's always like, but that could be replaced by automation really easily, except that would take away that person's livelihood. And that's kind of the kicker of, if we could replace a lot of things with automation that could very easily be automated, that would free up a lot of people. And you could then have jobs that are more hobby or passion focused, or more I guess societal good focused. You know, less jobs doing the same repetitive task over and over that a machine could do, more jobs like maintaining, like helping with libraries, or like cleaning up parks or stuff like that. I think that would free up a lot of time and space. I think currency has a usefulness, but right now we use it as, you have to have currency or you die. And that is, it's, so there's like two layers to currency, which is, you have to have currency or you die, and people who have so much currency that it's frivolous to them, and that it's basically people who treat it as necessary for survival versus people who treat it as victory points. And the fact that there is that divide is a huge problem, because if it comes down between the two of us and we both want money, and let's say that, you know, we both want money. You want money because money are your victory conditions, and the more money means you win. Whereas for me, money is literally life and death. The money should go to me 100% of the time, hands down. And in our current system, it does not. It overwhelmingly does not. Ooh, excuse me. And that's the big issue that we're facing today, is you can't have money represent both things. It cannot be a nicety or a luxury or victory points and the only way you don't die. That's really a broken place for money to be. And I don't think money should be, it shouldn't be, if you need this or you will die, but that means that everyone's basic necessities need to be covered. That's about where I'm going with that. I don't think currency should be abolished, but I think currency should be you should not need currency for your basic necessities. You should just have your basic necessities. Yeah. I think that's where I'm at. Yeah. It's... I think currency would be very useful for buying, like I said, luxury items, but not things you have to have or you will die. Let's actually go with itch.io games. Let's see, Fairy Walk. I know, it's whatever. Alright, we're gonna play Fairy Walk the Past. I'm gonna play just a bunch of games that I've collected on itch. So this is one I haven't played yet. Oh boy. New game. I have a lot of horror games on here, I think. Yes, itch.io. It's very neat. There's a lot of interesting little games. I think a lot of them are just sort of someone had a vague concept for a game they thought would be neat, and so they made it, and here it is. Which I think is really nice. I think that there should definitely be a place for that. This version of the game is a prologue to the main story. I think I did. I don't know if I have it on my account. Where are the people? Okay. I'll have to go check on that. Oh, I love it. That's where the Doki Doki first came from, and Night in the Woods and other friendship projects. Nice. Whoop. Oh, that's... Oh! Oh no, she looks at me. I wasn't anticipating that. Oh, that's awful. Oh! I want to see. Okay. Hello, spooky lady attached to the tree. I think my dog is on the other side there. I think I need keys. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I need to click a flower. Find a flower. Ugh. I guess there's nothing to pick up in here. Hang on. Oh, wait, I just wanted to... Oops. Okay. Oops. I quit out of it. I just wanted to look at the options and see what my controls were. Alright. Okay. Wait, the tree lady is gone. Spooky, spooky. Hmm. That was a big gear. Oh. There's someone behind that tree there. They're peeking at me. That thing's got an eye on it. Oh gosh, what in the... Oh, I think I scared him. He's under the table. Oh, hello, spooky head. Oh, that's a bird. Didn't I see a... Oh, there's someone spooky up on top there. Hello! I guess not over here. How do I... Can I help you, I think? Hi, spooky friend. Ah! No, hello. I guess I need a bucket. I have no idea how I'm supposed to be ringing the bells on those. Hi, spooky head. Flowers. I regret turning that on. Hang on a second. There. Oh, fudge. I'm going even slower now. Oh, a key! I found a key. I feel like I should not leave that on. Oh, clink? Hi, spooky head. But don't think there's another key. Oh, I can't turn it off. It is what it is now. Hello. Oh, okay. Now I need the other, I think. Yeah, I have no idea what these instructions are going for. I think they're different. Are they different flowers? I can't tell. I assume they are, but... 1, 2, 3... Oh, I guess maybe ring all 4 of them is what it's saying? Maybe? I need a bucket for that. Oh, there's a tablecloth now. Oh, the little girl's here. If I drink this, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Okay, chest and a flower? Maybe? Flower gun? What? What? Excuse me. What? Oh. Maybe? What are you pointing at? Oh, there we go. Oh, she's pointing at the chair. What? Okay. Yeah? I'm confused. Hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and, huh. Okay. Let's try Tenome next. This game was initially created within 48 hours for Asylum Jam 2017. Enjoy the game. Okay. Alright. Don't forget inhaler. What? Midnight. WASD to move. There we go. Shift, sprint, C, crouch, find a... Ooh. Not a fan. B to cycle through screen brightness presets. Oh, not a fan. It's not gonna be this easy, is it? Door's locked. Find the key! Tenome searches his eye with eyes on his hands. Move carefully. Ooh, what? Okay, we are turning that up so I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, once I get killed by this thing, we'll move on to a different game. Press R to cure an asthma attack after running for too long. Okay. Go up the stairs? Thank you. Ah, hello. Alright, fuck this. Hello? Let me up? Oh. I done got killed! Alrighty. That is a game that is just going to stress me the fuck out. Okay. Okay. Okay, what's next? I'm gonna go ahead and turn on display capture. Collections. These are games I just kind of don't mind that there's two versions of the same thing. Let's look at this one. Black Pine Outbreak. Title says on an incompatible third-party website. Okie doke, never mind. What's this one? Terminal seems to be frustrated with you, but you don't remember a thing. Despite the terminal's limited ability to understand you, you must attempt to ask the right question and ever to find about your history together. What's this one? Sure. Let's play this. I'm gonna go turn off my display capture then. Oh, Oh. Oh my god, I have an actual body. Ah. Ooh. What? Where is she? Oh, that's where I died. What? I am not confident on what I'm supposed to be doing here. Flaming baby. That's progress. Hmm. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Sure. Desiderium. Desiderium. Play as a young woman returning home, reminiscing on her past and an old friend that used to be very dear to her heart in this story-based walking sim. Alright. Oh, it's 5 minutes to download. Okay, that's fair. Ambuscade. In a post-apocalyptic environment, will you join or will you let the town eat you alive? Well, sorry, will you survive or will you... Ooh, excuse me. Let the town eat you alive. Yeah, let's install that. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Sorry, I'm looking. I'll pull up my display capture. You can see what I'm looking at. Sure. So let's see. Dollhouse. Nice play set from Olivia, full of fun, exciting features and accessories. Huh. Neat. Grow your own Google Girl. A short clicker game involving growing cute Google Girls and dressing them. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm just wandering through, looking at some of the stuff I put in to look at later and then never did. Peoplemon. Catch people and make them fight. Let's see. Let's look at... think. Let's see. Let's do, this one was put in first. So let's see what this is about. Yes. Turn up display capture again. Oh. Well, oh bother. Lots of things using the Unreal Engine. Well, I guess the other ones were using Unity first, so... Oops. Okay, well, that crashed, so... Close that sending. Alright. Let's go ahead and... install. No. My collections, library... Actually, let's go do Goodbye Doggy, because I have that installed, but I've never played it. Boy. Okay, hang on. Game capture, properties, specific window, this one? Maybe? Maybe not. Well, I guess not, because I can't get it to show up on stream. Cool. Let's do... oh yeah, that's collections. There we go. Library. Ambuscade. Done. Alright. Let's launch that. Enter at your own risk. Leave this area. Keep out. I think it's a shoe. Press E to dig. A really interesting style. Quarantine area. Authorized personnel only, persons only. Microbiological containment. Something. Something, 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 something. Oh my god, why is my fucking stomach... Why am I losing food so quickly? Wow, that's gonna be a hell of a thing to get through. Oh my god, why does it decrease so quickly? I'm a zombie, aren't I? Oh, okay. unlucky. There's so much trash everywhere. Yep. Knew I was a zombie. Eating humans keeps me fed for longer. Oh, huh. Oh, that was quick. Ugh. Neat. Anywho, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and all right. Let's see. Library. Overcursed. Oh, okay. Oh wait. Hmm. Or not, since that one is also not wanting to show up on stream. Let's try this one. Hang on, sorry. Any full screen application. Okay.
Grow your own ghoul girl.
stream. Do you want to capture the game? Oh gosh. Hang on, I just want to go to the options menu. Okay. Okay, why are you freaking out on me like this? Okay, not that one either then. Alright, let's see. Well then. Alright, since stream is being weird about showing itch games, we're going to move to something different. I think actually I am gonna play some Dragon Age now. I feel more awake. Dragon Days. Well, I say that and then my brain is like, now that you said it. Let's do... Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play through... No, now that I've said that out loud, I don't want to know. I don't know. Hang on. Let me check my... I'm sorry. Let me put on display capture so you can see me being indecisive all over the place. Oh, maybe my game is just having problems. I have... No, I don't have Skyrim installed, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, hey, Princess Ains, how are you doing? Not that. I'm being indecisive, sorry. Well, no, I was thinking about it, but it's not actually installed. I have to, at some point, reinstall it, I think. I'm being indecisive about what I want to do. Could just start Vampire the Masquerade. Actually, yeah, that sounds like not a bad idea. Let's do that. Let me turn off display capture for a moment. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Yeah. So I realized I just want to keep playing Steam ABC stuff. So we'll do that. So CBD does indeed get his vampires a day early. Maybe. Oh dear. No, the true test of Skyrim practically is harder than not really in my experience. I have no idea how to gauge whether. Okay, wow, what the. Hi, game capture. What you doing? Is this not full screen enough for you? What are you doing? Oh, bother. That's terrific, thank you.